Welcome to Nerd Happening. This is your host, Arthur Curry.
Arthur Curry. That's funny.
And I'm Levi Wranglers.
Levi Wranglers.
And today,
patent pending.
And today we're talking about DC.
The Batman.
Where are they?
Wrong Batman. Talking about sparkly Batman today.
Ooh, sparkly. We're talking about emo Batman today.
Emo. What was Nirvana Batman?
Yeah. Ugh. There is a really good movie. There's a really, really, really good Batman movie in here.
Yeah. I mean,
really good one.
Like, my overall rating is 6 out of 10. Like I said, the first 3/4 of it minus about an hour you can cut out of slow walking.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's really good. 7 to 8 out of 10. Somewhere in between there.
5.5 out of 10. I would be 5, but I can't completely knock the Bruce Wayne portions.
Yeah,
if I could
understand
completely knock them, I would.
Yeah.
But there are some Bruce Wayne detective moments that aren't horrible.
Yeah. I love, like, a lot. Like, the very beginning when the club part with him and Catwoman.
Yep.
And he gives her the eyepieces, the record
contacts.
stuff. Yeah, I was like, that's
cool.
That's very Batman.
Yes. Very much so.
And things like that.
I got to say, Patterson is probably my favorite Batman.
Think so?
He is my least favorite Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
But he is up there. He's in the top 3 best Batmans. He looks amazing in the suit.
Mm-hmm.
It all looks like stuff that could legitimately exist.
Yeah.
And that his suit looks like something that would legitimately exist. Like, it's not pockets in his belt that have everything in them Adam West style.
Mm-hmm.
Grappling hooks that you go, where in the heck is he storing it?
Prison
Grappling
wallet.
guns, that kind of thing. It all like looks like if I went to the right stores and had the right engineering, I could make this suit, which I do appreciate. On the other hand, it's Batman. It doesn't have to look and seem like it can exist in the real world. It is not a real world.
Yeah. But the better you can not have to suspend disbelief.
Yes.
The more you can get away with other things.
Right. Also, all of his action scenes are very well choreographed and done. He, I think, obviously put a lot of effort into the fighting
aspect of
the character, and looks like he trained well. I mean, he looks like
he's very lean.
Yes, and I like that because I don't think Batman would be super bulky.
Maybe not when he's younger.
Yes, that's what I mean. Is because we're playing a younger version of Batman. We haven't had 20 years to put on muscle like Batfleck, right? So I like that aspect of it. I think that as Batman, he did a fantastic job. I think he changed his voice just enough from Bruce Wayne to Batman that you think that he can be the same person. But if you were to talk to each one, they would be different enough. Not like Christian Bale's.
That was actually enhanced in post too. Christian Bale's.
Oh, I bet that it was very hard to understand on set.
Yeah, no, it was enhanced to be even more.
Oh, really?
In post, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Some decisions, man, I don't get it.
Yep. I like. There's only one. There's 2 things I don't like about the new suit. I don't really like the nose of the cowl, the face part of it.
Yeah, I can see. Yeah.
And I think they missed out with the detachable bat symbol. I thought they were going to do more with that.
Yeah.
Because they kind of hinted
just
at
that
it.
one time.
I thought it would be like in the very end when he's half dying. I thought he'd pull it off and throw it or something.
Right. Yeah. You
it would be an ex machina.
Yeah. You showed it here. You planted it, but you didn't pay it off.
What is that? The what Schrodinger gun or something? If you show a gun in the first 5 minutes, it has to be shot.
It's not Schrodinger's
Not
cat.
Schrödinger. Yeah, sure. But it'd be, we'll call it the
Chekhov's gun.
Chekhov's gun. The Chekhov's batarang.
Yeah. Yep.
I thought that's what that was going to be.
Yeah. The one thing I didn't like about the bat suit and the Batman aspect was the wrist arrow things. Oh, sorry. The
Yeah, those,
series
the gauntlet
of tubes
things.
that were on his gauntlets.
Let's see if I can get a good picture of it here.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
what. Yeah, though I don't know what those are.
See, I thought that was, when I first saw it, I thought, oh, is that going to be the grappling hook?
Right.
And he just, pew, and
Right.
fly off with it.
Yep. But they look, even in that picture, they look like they are some sort of throwing device.
Yeah.
Like a shuriken or whatever it's called.
Shuriken?
Yes.
Or maybe a kunai or
or
yeah.
a kunai or something like that, but he never uses them.
Yeah, they're
just there.
yeah.
And
Maybe it almost looks like they could be an arrow kind of projectile too.
right. Because that's what I was thinking is that it was something that, okay, like Black Widow's gauntlets, where
Yeah.
it's an electrical device that we're stunning people with or something.
Yeah, or like shoots out a bolo
Right.
or some kind of incapacitation device.
Right.
Yeah.
But it just, I think it messed up the silhouette. It made the suit look too bulky. Just that. Just
so?
those gauntlets, I think, made the suit look too bulky. Not sleek enough. But we're going for a more real-world Batman.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah. I just don't like the cowl. I don't think it's good.
I really like the cowl. I think is like in that picture, I think that is the best-looking Batman cowl we have seen on screen.
Think so?
Live action. Look at how slim it is. Like, that looks like something that you could legitimately wear around.
I don't like the way it looks. That just looks ugly to me. It doesn't look cool.
I think that it's supposed to look scary.
Yeah.
And
I don't
ugly
think it
is
looks-
scary.
I don't think it looks scary, but
Ugly is scary.
yeah.
Yeah. But that's me. But yeah,
These
I think that
are just aesthetic things. We're not nitpicking at, basically.
And honestly, I had my doubts about Patterson. But man, he did a really good job. He did a bang-up job.
Yeah, he did a lot better than I
I'm
thought he
way
was
more
gonna do.
impressed. I'm way impressed with it. Yep.
100%.
I like the story. The story was good. Too long. A lot of it could have been taken out.
About an hour.
One of the criticisms I heard, well, not criticism, I guess, comparisons, I guess I should say, is that the Batman movie is the best version of 7 that we've gotten so far.
It is. Yeah, I've seen that too.
Yeah, and it's not wrong. It's the best Batman detective live action that we've ever gotten.
Yeah, probably about the only, really.
Yeah.
Honestly. That's one of the better parts of the movie.
There's aspects of the detectiveness in the other movies,
but not like
this. The whole story here is this. And I'm glad they went with the Riddler for the bad guy, because there's no, like, they don't fight. Like, there's no Batman versus the Riddler at the end.
Yeah, there's no confrontation, no physical confrontation.
It's all mental.
Yeah,
and that's refreshing.
I don't like this Riddler though.
Mm-hmm.
This weird like incel duct tape mask looking dude. I don't.
Once again, and that's back to how would we put this character in our world, right? And I think that that's the wrong way to go about a Batman. Like, Batman is not in our world.
No, he's not.
So stop trying to force him to be in our world, DC. Cut it out. Quit trying to put these characters, the pantheon of characters that you have, quit trying to make them fit into our world.
Yeah.
I know that in the comics, New York City really exists, and so does Coast City. Metropolis is there, and Chicago is there. I know that. But Metropolis doesn't exist here.
No.
And we can't make it exist. It is its own world. Act as if it is its own world.
Yep.
And that's part of, I think, part of DC's overarching issue.
That's one of their issues, yeah, for sure.
So
that and they're not sticking to one thing at a time and not putting the time and effort into it.
I think this is the dirtiest Batman, like grungiest, grittiest.
Yeah. That's why it's the Nirvana of Batman.
And
it smells like Teen Spirit in here.
That's not Gotham City.
No, it's really not.
Right. But back to the Riddler thing. I think that this Riddler could have worked much better. I think that there are definite downsides to him, especially with the I'm an incel on the internet.
Yeah, that
in
was
boardrooms. Like that's not who Edward Nygma is.
Not at all.
At all. That's not true to the character.
No.
I mean, if there was going to be one in the real world, maybe that's how it would become one. How one would become a Riddler, but I really doubt it.
I don't think so either.
That's how you become a school shooter.
Pretty much.
Yeah, a bomber, male bomber or whatever. You don't become a Riddler.
Yeah, you don't
that way.
You don't mess with Batman.
Right.
When you do that.
Right.
I thought this was gonna go. I thought this was gonna hit more of a Hush vibe to it.
I can see it setting it up.
Yeah. I
can see this being a setup for Hush if they continue to go down this path.
Yeah.
I will say for the Riddler. Sorry, one more Riddler thing. I actually think that the design of the Riddler in this was pretty good.
Think so?
Yes. I think that if we're going for Batman in the real world, Batman in our world, then this Riddler works really well.
Yeah, I understand it.
I think that there's some tweaks to psyche and origin story that would make it better. But overarching, pretty good real world Batman Riddler story.
Yeah, I said I understand it and I get it. I just don't like it.
Right. I will say the one thing about the Riddler storyline that irks me, irked me in the theater was the silver floor tucker that we found at the first crime scene.
And no one said anything?
Batman would have immediately known what that was.
Have you watched the How It Should Have Ended?
Yes.
When he's like, does anyone know what this is?
Yeah.
In the first 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. That's honestly what would have happened.
My friend that I took with me, even her, somebody next to us had gone, "What is that?" And she goes, "It's a floor tucker for carpet." And I'm like, okay, come on.
Yeah.
That's something that, and I know that we're doing a younger version of Batman, but he had the contact things in there. Or at least that's what we're led to believe later, is that he wears those computer things constantly.
And just reviews the footage.
Right.
Which that's very Batman. It makes sense.
And those contact things were feeding information in outside of just recording, correct?
Yeah, I think it was like a heads-up display.
Right. So it seems like if we're going to have that technology, then, and with who Alfred is in this universe, that Alfred would be watching while Batman's out and about. Yeah. And he's got an earpiece or something, I'm assuming, where they can communicate.
Google image
Even
search
Alfred would have gone, "Hey, that's a floor tucker or a carpet tucker. Check under the carpet."
Yeah.
And then, and if he checks under the carpet in that first crime scene, he gets the answer.
Yeah.
It's not like he had to take the floor tucker from that to someplace else. So that's my one issue with the plot. Hey, what's up?
He's the darkest night here.
Look, it's Catman.
Seriously, I'll be walking down the hall and I'll flick the light on. He's right there. I'm like, oh, you just blend in.
All right, Fred. Oop.
Yeah.
Easy. There you go. All right, that was our million view attempt.
That was the moment.
That's going in the short.
That blows up. Yeah, that blows this up. The short Instagram reel.
But yeah, I mean, outside of that, I thought the Riddler storyline and character and interaction between the two of them went pretty good. Oh, the other Riddler thing was Alfred would have never opened that package or held onto it or anything. So what are we doing there? Like,
yeah, that's pure plot line.
yeah. Especially if Alfred is Earth 2's, especially if this is Earth 2's story, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're talking about Alfred from Earth 2. He was like a retired SSA or SAS officer.
Yeah, he'd
and
been a little
blah, blah,
more.
blah. He would have been way more
top of
cautious and on top of stuff.
He's coming back.
Come on, Fred. Fred's Rod and Fred. Oh, wait, that's going to get us copyright.
Something like that. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this Alfred either. I think they should have had a better father-son dynamic.
Gosh, I can't believe I'm going to say this because I actually like Andy Serkis a bit. Like, I thought he did amazing as Claw in Black Panther and MCU.
Yeah, he's a good actor.
He is not Alfred.
No.
At all. If we're going to go with retired SAS officer, Special Forces, British, whatever, that's in charge of Thomas Wayne's mayoral campaign, then God, you got to go with somebody who's British. I mean, you got to do like Liam Neeson. You know what I'm saying?
That would be.
He's not British, but
yeah, he's Scottish, right?
He's I don't know.
Or something.
I don't know. Or you got to do. What's his name? From Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrel. The bullet tooth guy.
I never watched that movie.
I think it's Bullet Tooth Bill, Lock, Stock. I got it.
Okay.
Nope. Sorry.
But yeah, somebody more British, somebody who fits the role better. I just don't like this version of Alfred, where he's just weird.
This is what I'm saying.
Distant. He's more of just a trainer, mentor, not necessarily mentor, but more of
Vinnie Jones is who I'm thinking, and you'll know him immediately.
Yeah, I think that would have been better.
Yes. Bullet Tooth Tony, by the way, for those listening at home. Is his name in Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, and you will know him immediately. As soon as you see his picture, you will know him. He has played every single soccer ruffian, every single British thug, British bodyguard that you've ever seen in any British movie. And I think he would have been a better Alfred. He's older now, gray hair. Like, give him the gray hair, give him a limp and a cane or something, and that would have been a better Alfred.
Probably. Yeah, Andy Serkis, not my favorite Alfred.
Yeah. But
yeah,
in saying that, what was his name in the Nolan series? Who played Alfred in that? Michael Caine.
Yeah, Michael Caine.
That was a perfect casting, in my opinion. Alfred Caine as Alfred in the Nolan trilogy is, I think, the most perfect casting.
Maybe in a Michael Keaton Batman. I think so.
In a DC movie.
Yeah. I don't know. I think the Michael Caine Batman had the better look and
feel
to him. But I understand exactly what you're saying.
In the Michael Keaton movies, he's not British.
No.
Right?
No. I don't think so. No.
And I believe in the comics, Alfred is British.
Yes, he's British.
So.
But he had more of a fatherly thing to him.
The one in Michael Keaton Batman's was, for the time being, amazing.
Yeah.
And I don't think you could get much better.
No.
But Michael
Dark
Caine
Knight, I think is probably the better one.
Is perfect.
He's a good balance.
So you can't do him again. You can't bring Michael Caine back for Patterson.
No. I mean, you could, but yeah.
So, well, I mean, they did it with the 90s Batmans. After Keaton, Alfred was the only character that was the same in all of them. The same guy played Alfred in both Keaton's, Clooney, and Kilmer. Alfred was the only character that was the same. played by the same actor. I
Yeah,
guess
through
I should
all
say.
the films.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe you can bring Kane back. But yeah, I don't think Andy Serkis worked very well as Alfred.
No, and I don't like that Alfred.
But in Earth 2, in the series, which is only 3 comic books, I don't know how we're doing a movie. And we're starting a new Batman universe off a 3 comic book run.
It's more of an inspiration kind of deal, I think.
I don't know. I don't know if there is going to be a sequel to this. I don't know if it's going to be as good.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say it's already been greenlit.
This might be the high point of this trilogy, whatever it's going to be.
Saga.
Saga.
I kind of half expect them to, because the Snyderverse isn't a thing anymore, and they were trying to go in a new direction with the Flashpoint, make Superwoman and Batgirl the replacements. But I wouldn't be surprised they pivoted and made this more of the starting point, and then he meets Superman.
Because this did do really good in the theaters.
Oh yeah,
It did almost $1 billion, like 750 million or something.
yeah.
770 something. I wonder if it's the highest grossing Batman.
I don't know.
Oh, 500 and
Almost 600 million.
600 million,
We'll
give or
just
take.
round it up after merch.
It might be the highest. Highest grossing Batman. I don't like. Oh, also, not a big fan of Catwoman.
No, I'm not. Zoe Kravitz
Not
not the
this one.
greatest.
Oh.
Of the Lego Batman's number 2 or number 7.
Yeah. So what's first?
The Dark Knight. Dark Knight Rises. BVS.
Really? No, those are all lower. Lifetime gross is 533 billion. So this made 600 billion.
That's 600 million. If it made 600 billion, it'd be.
I'm sorry.
I was gonna say that'd be the greatest movie
The Dark
of all
Knight
time.
made 533 million. So this looks like it made more. It looks like it is.
Maybe
I don't see it on there at all.
Maybe this isn't updated.
It might not be updated too. But if we're going off that list, the highest grossing one is The Dark Knight with 533.
Let's try this here.
Yeah.
Dark Knight, BVS, regular Batman.
Batman Begins.
Batman
Yeah, it's
Begins.
not even on there.
Huh. Yeah, maybe they just haven't.
They haven't updated it yet.
Yeah.
So it's got to be. So if that information is correct, then Patterson's Batman is the highest grossing Batman.
Yeah.
And the highest grossing first one, like out of the gate.
I wonder if
Right?
this is
Batman Begins made much less. Batman 89 Batman made much less.
Yeah, I wonder
So-
if it's adjusted for inflation though,
I don't know. That's a good point also.
because 1989 versus 20.
Right.
When did that come out? 2008.
Right. But the studio isn't going to adjust for inflation. The studio is going to go,
This will
251. Oh,
Yeah.
this made 3 times that. So, yeah. So this looks like the highest grossing Batman movie so far.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's good. Oh, can we talk about Penguin for a second?
I love this.
Oh,
penguin.
my gosh.
I love this penguin.
I didn't even know that was Colin Farrell.
Yeah.
Even I have watched the makeup thing, like the time lapses on YouTube of him getting in and out of his makeup.
You're like, what?
And as soon as the makeup's finished, it's like, that's the Penguin. That is not Colin Farrell at all. His accent, oh my gosh.
Hey, it's
completely got rid of the Irish accent for it.
100%
That's
on
amazing.
point.
And like has like a New Jersey, Long Island type accent.
that twang in there.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
100%.
So and he's getting his own series.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping Colin Farrell is in the whole series.
I'm assuming he will.
I'm
be.
hoping that it is like, okay, this Penguin is not a bad guy yet. Like, he's a bad guy. He's a crime syndicate person. But he is not the Penguin that we know.
See, I thought it would. I assumed it was going to start off.
Spin City, nice.
I'll show you something. Hold on.
I haven't seen that in a while. Gosh, that was a good show. We got to do a show about
Richard
Spin
Kind. This is the guy. They're like, oh, he should have been. They made
Yes.
Colin Farrell look like Richard Kind.
Honestly, I could see Richard Kind as a Penguin now.
Yeah, 100%.
He's kind of got the voice for it, too.
Yeah, he's got the
he's
look.
kind of nasally, kind of whiny. He has a look, yes. Before this, if you were going to tell me, hey, we're making a 90s Batman movie, who do you want as a Penguin?
Him or
To
Patton
follow
Oswalt?
up the Val Kilmer Batman, where Arnold Schwarzenegger just played Mr. Freeze. He's my Penguin.
That or legitimately Patton Oswalt.
Patton Oswalt, yes.
Yeah,
He
I
would
love
make a
him
really
as
good Penguin also.
The
yes.
bad man.
And he would take it seriously.
Yeah, he would.
Like, he would really try to be a good Penguin.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, I could see that.
That'd be
Definitely.
great.
Yeah. But Colin Farrell did an amazing job.
Yeah, he did.
He knocked it out of the park. He was my favorite part of the movie,
And
outside of Patterson in the bat suit.
And his story arc is
Interesting.
great.
It's going to be interesting.
Because it sets him up so
Yes.
very well.
Yep.
When he's just this mid-level
He's
guy,
not mid-level.
upper mid-level-ish.
So
he's not the top, but he's up there.
the Penguin that we're following is in the comic run becomes the mayor of Gotham.
Yeah.
And this is this is how he becomes the Penguin is by becoming the mayor first,
Yeah.
right? And that's where he gets all his connections and blah 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 blah.
That makes sense for this.
I'm hoping that the series is something along those lines of how either how does he get to the Batman movie, or from the Batman movie, how does he become mayor?
Yeah, that's
One of those.
that's what I thought this would be. Like him going, oh, he's going to use, since Falcone died, maybe he steps up. And then he says,
Right.
well, I'm going to use my connections to help rebuild the city,
Right.
make my name look good, become the mayor, then start running it how I
Right.
really want to.
Right. And then the next movie, if this is a trilogy or whatever, the next movie is Penguin is the mayor, and we have to take him down.
Yep.
Would be a great second movie in this.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. And we set up, who do we set up in the second movie, though?
Like
Well,
I said,
obviously, we're setting up Joker.
Yeah. That's... Joker needs to stop being used for like 10 years.
They can't. Joker is everybody's favorite.
I know.
But I don't know how, after Joaquin Phoenix's Joker, how do you not use Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker
See, my...
in this series?
I've seen a few things that... few theories that he's the one who inspired the new Joker.
Well, this is...
Because Joaquin Phoenix, that's not technically Joker.
I haven't seen the... Like, I haven't... Like, I watched the extended scene with the Joker, or whoever it is, in it, right? But it's supposed... Isn't it the guy that played Joker on the TV series that was on Fox?
I don't think so. If it is, I don't know.
What
I
was
never
that
watched.
series called?
Gotham.
Gotham, yeah. Who played Joker on Gotham?
I'm seeing if they had it here. They might not, because it was only
I did like... No, he's not listed in the credits at all. I did like... what's his name is Falcone.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I like him in everything. I think he's a fantastic character actor.
He is, and he plays that mob boss
Oh, man.
so very well.
Yeah. I really thought that he did a good job. I can't even remember his name. That's how much he did. I can name 5 roles that he's been in their character.
Can't think of
But
it.
I can't name
Where's he at?
John Trudeau.
Terudo? Terudo?
Yeah. Terudo. Yeah. What are you looking for?
The guy who played Joker in Gotham.
Like, you're going to have to actually type that in.
I wish I had the home button for Google here.
Because he was only in, like, 1 episode, 3 episodes last season, something like that.
Nope. Joker actor.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
That guy. Cameron Mahogany.
Mahogany?
Mahogany. He was in, what's that show? Real popular show on Showtime about the poor people in Chicago.
I don't know.
Gosh, he was in it forever.
Where's the film?
Oh, what is it called? It starts with an S. Shameless.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He plays one of the kids in Shameless. Yeah, right there.
Shameless. Okay. Yep. I didn't say he's in the
10
Batman,
years on Shameless, by the way.
That's a long run.
Yeah. But I like him as an actor.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he can do a good Joker.
Probably not, no.
I mean, especially, man, I would hate to have to follow Joaquin Phoenix and Heath Ledger's Joker and play another Joker. But I heard that he did really good as a Joker on that show. I heard that his Joker on that show was a really, really good version of the Joker.
I don't know. I haven't watched it.
I haven't watched that show at all. I've heard it's good. I just don't. I don't know. I don't have any interest as Batman as a kid.
Yeah, I just don't care, honestly.
Well, what story do you tell with Batman as a kid?
Just his parents dying. That's about
training.
It would have to be
parents dying, him going through depression for a while, finally figuring out, I need to do something about the crime.
That's not the same guy, by the way. That's the guy who played the Joker in the Batman in the deleted scenes.
Okay, I don't even know who that is.
Barry Cohagen.
Yeah, Unseen Arkham Prisoner.
Keoghan.
Yeah, I don't know what he's been in. Anyway, maybe that's what I heard, is that they didn't understand why the kid from Gotham that played Joker didn't play the Joker in this.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that kid looks familiar.
Thought this would no, I thought it was the last name I did it let me search him.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what he's been in. Anyway,
there we go.
Yep.
I need a mouse for this.
There was a search bar right under his name.
Oh, this?
When you had it highlighted,
whatever.
Magnifying glass came up. Anyway, I don't know. He's Irish, first off.
Let's see, what is he?
Let's see. Well, you just scrolled past all of it.
Yeah, it's
all of the big
right
ones.
Here. Oh.
Yeah, right there are the big ones.
Dunkirk.
Okay, The Green Knight.
Green Knight, never heard it.
The Killing of a Sacred Deer. But all three of those, right?
Yeah,
I've heard good things about. I've heard good things of The Killing of a Sacred Deer. I've heard good things about Dunkirk. I've heard good things about The Green Knight.
Killing a Sacred Deer, I watched a review on it, and it's a weird movie.
It is a weird movie. Yeah, I've never seen it, but I've heard it's very weird. But yeah, I don't know if he can do it. But maybe that's a point. Maybe we do. Maybe we have like a White Knight Joker in this one. Maybe we have maybe we start the 3 Joker.
I don't think he's
storyline.
This isn't established enough for White Knight Joker.
I understand.
Yeah.
But I'm saying maybe we do the 3, because the 3 Joker storyline in the comics was huge.
Yeah.
And now we have 3 distinct different Jokers. If this guy does a decent job, we have Joaquin Phoenix, we have Heath Ledger, we have this guy, if he does a good job.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But I don't know.
No Jared Leto? Like, we don't speak about him.
I think that if Heath Ledger Joker hadn't come out yet, that Leto's Joker would have been really good, really accepted, I guess I should say, because he is crazy. He's got it down. Right?
I think aside from the tattoos and the weird teeth, but he has the Joker aesthetic.
Yes.
Down very well.
And he has the way of the mannerisms, talk, like he is very Joker-esque.
Yeah.
I think
Joker
that
light.
he is playing
He's playing a caricature of what he thinks the Joker is.
Yes, and that can work really well.
Yeah, it can.
It really can, especially if we're doing a more modern day. Like, what would the Joker look like in the modern day?
Mm-hmm.
Probably something very similar to that. So I think that we beat him up too much.
Mm-hmm.
But in saying that, he did like mail use condoms and stuff to his co-stars and crap.
That was
and for a
bit over the
5-minute
top.
long scene.
Yeah.
You know, he was in that movie for 10 minutes.
But they had enough Joker footage. He
to
said,
probably do a movie.
yeah, that's legitimately what he said.
Yeah.
There was enough there to make a whole another movie.
Probably.
with
That was
just
probably
him.
what they were going to do until the reaction was so bad to it. They were probably going to do Leto for the Joker movie,
Mhm.
and they got a bad reaction, and they said, let's go in a different direction. Joaquin Phoenix, what are you doing?
I think they were, yeah, I think that whole bit about that, I think Joker was originally going to be the main villain, and then they switched it
Maybe.
up to make it more.
I don't know. That Suicide Squad movie is so off the rails. Who knows?
It's so many reshoots.
And Leto's
so many
Joker didn't show up in anything Batman related. Like, he didn't show up against in the Batflick movies.
Yeah, he was in the Snyder Cut. He's in it.
He's in the Snyder Cut.
Yeah,
Yes, but I'm saying he's not in Batman vs Superman. He's
flashback.
Not
He
in,
is.
Hmm?
Flashback. He is.
Is he?
When him and Harley are. Oh no, is that?
That was in. I thought that was in Suicide Squad.
Was that? Oh yeah, that was Suicide Squad. Never mind. I was thinking
Where the car crashes.
Yeah,
They've
yeah.
got the chrome car or whatever. I thought that was Suicide
Yeah,
Squad.
that is Suicide.
I could be
Squad.
wrong.
I haven't watched any of these in a while, so I'm a
Yeah.
little.
Oh, I know, because
They're not good.
it's like torture.
Suicide Squad. The second Suicide Squad was okay.
But in the Snyder Cut, I think we have an interesting. He plays an interesting version of Joker in that scene or two or whatever he's in, where he's got the long hair and him and Batman are on the same side, and we're doing kind of an injustice storyline type deal,
Yeah, very
or a Brainiac type storyline, where
apocalyptic thing.
where the good guys and the bad guys have to work together against something that's even worse. I think that's an interesting joke.
Yeah, but you
know?
have to build to it.
Yes.
You can't just jump to it.
Right. And why Batman's getting visions of it and not somebody else, who knows?
Magic.
But
Because he's Batman.
I don't know how this, because gosh, you know Warner Brothers is going to want Joker to be the next bad guy in the next movie instead of Penguin.
Yeah, they're gonna want it. They shouldn't.
I think that they could probably get away with doing the Penguin as the mayor being the main bad guy and the Joker just kind of here and there. The way that Riddler is the main bad guy in this, and the Penguin is just kind of here and there in this one.
Maybe the Joker is out. The second movie and the first movie, because they had that big flood and all that, the chaos, Joker gets out. And then Penguin, hold on. Penguin uses this to capture him, as he makes a deal with him to capture him
To become
again.
mayor.
Yep, to use it as a setup
Oh, that's a good idea.
for clout.
Yeah.
Yep.
I do hope that
And at the end of that movie, he lets Joker out.
Catwoman is not in the next one so much.
Yeah.
The romantic scenes between them, like, they are obviously trying to force a romance or a relationship between Patterson and whatever.
Zoe Kravitz.
Zoe. I did not like Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman.
Yeah, no. Better than Halle Berry. But
Is really?
yeah,
I don't know.
I think so.
Halle Berry looked pretty good in the outfit.
She looks great, but that was a terrible movie.
This
Terrible
girl
movie.
is. I don't think she looks good. I don't think she's attractive in any, and that's just my personal taste.
Yeah.
It looked like the entire film. I kept asking myself every time she was on screen. I'd go, "Why can't she close her mouth? Why are her lips so big that she can't close her mouth? It looks like she had
Probably some injections.
just all like, hey, give me all the lip filler in California. I have a big movie. This is my big chance."
Yeah, that's very much a thing of now that will look bad later.
Yeah. And do you want to know? Kind of how she got this role?
Because her dad's Lenny Kravitz.
No. What was she in before this. I'm going to say,
no
I'm
idea.
going to tell you what she was in before this, and you're not going to believe me first.
Hmm.
And second, when I tell you who she is, you're going to go, well, what the heck?
Okay, what was it?
X-Men First Class.
Really? What was she in that?
She played what was it, Pixie? Firefly? The girl with the tattoos of the wings on her back that changed it into real.
Vaguely, I remember that, yeah. So let's look it up. All right.
I believe that's her. I think it's Pixie.
I don't know why that did that.
And, oh, wow, way back.
Ah.
Jeez, Pete, why are you so slow with this?
I need a young Jamie.
I believe it's Pixie. Yes, we do need a young Jamie. Yes, you totally do.
Pixie. What's Zoe?
Kravitz. Yep. Nope.
X-Men.
Yep. There she is.
Yeah, I
look at that.
Yeah.
She is so much better looking in that.
Oh, that didn't do it.
No, that didn't.
I don't know why that didn't go.
I don't know. It's open on the side, though.
Yeah. Yeah, she's a lot better looking in this.
Yeah. She's not a rail.
Mm-hmm.
Like my thing is I don't understand why we keep getting these
little frail girls that kick ass somehow.
Yeah. Like Uncharted. Both of the girls in Uncharted looked like stop sign posts.
Mm-hmm.
Right? She looked like that as Catwoman.
Yeah. Now we want that Gina Carano looking girl.
I'm just saying that
like
it causes me to suspend my disbelief because I know that somebody that size cannot go up against somebody even my size, as out of shape as I am.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But we're going to have this person who's 110 pounds dripping wet fight 200-pound criminals.
Yeah. So that's why,
and not use their like using physicality. Like if you're gonna have that size of person go up against somebody that's that big, okay, that can be interesting and good if they use their mind instead of their physicality.
Yeah, very much the Black Widow.
Yes.
Used agility. She had tasers, tech.
Yep. Up until the Black Widow movie.
Yeah, that was not great.
Right? Like in Iron Man 2, when we're first introduced to her as Black Widow, the break-in scene, 100% believe that that Scarlett Johansson could do that if she needed to.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that she could do any of the stuff in the Black Widow movie.
No.
Just like this Zoe Kravitz chick. I don't think that she could do any of this stuff.
That's why I said, like,
except maybe look to the side in a really weird silhouette with her lips.
That's gonna be the thumbnail.
It just like in Black Widow, when we could not believe how big Scarlett Johansson's nose was because we had never seen it from that angle.
Yeah, look, it's
huge.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
it is.
This is Zoe Kravitz's lips are going to be huge forever. And she was that Pixie, her as Pixie in X-Men First Class, I believe as a Catwoman.
Mm-hmm.
This one, I don't.
Yeah.
I get that Catwoman generally has short hair in the comics and the video games and stuff. But Zoe doesn't look good with short hair.
No.
I don't think.
Sometimes she has. Even in the game, she didn't have short hair.
Oh, yeah, she did. In
well,
all of the Arkham games, she had short hair. She had a hood that she could pull up, but she had short hair.
Okay. I haven't played them in a while.
Yeah. And I mean like our hair short or shorter.
I mean, it makes sense for the burglary and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean,
but
and she's got on a stocking cap at one point.
Yeah, I did not.
Instead
that's
of a Catwoman.
At least put on the goggles. Even if it looks homemade, make it look better than I took a pair of scissors to a ski mask.
I cut out a ski mask. And not it is I cut out a stocking cap to look like a ski mask instead of just buying a ski mask.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know.
Like I
I
said,
hope her role is reduced. I hope we have like a Poison Ivy type character in the next one.
That'd be cool.
Oh, that's how you do it. That's how you get Zoe Kravitz out of it a little.
Mm-hmm.
You have a Poison Ivy character, right, who is going up against Catwoman in the background, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you just do that for like 15 minutes so that's all that she's in the movie.
I don't think she's going to be in the next movie. She's going to, they went their separate ways at the end.
Yeah, but that's kind of the Catwoman Batman relationship is on again, off again. They'll run into each other in the next movie because of Poison Ivy.
Like, maybe. I
Or
think she'll
something
come
like
back.
that.
I think she'll be back in the third movie. I think the second movie is him rebuilding the city.
I don't know. I got to say, Anne Hathaway made a fantastic Catwoman. I didn't like her at the time, but after seeing this Catwoman, I want Anne Hathaway back. She had the flip-down goggles that looked like cat ears and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I thought that was a really good version now. I wasn't a big fan of it at the time, but now I'm a bigger fan of it. Like the whole sneaking in as a server to get into the Wayne Manor to trade, da-da-da. That's all Catwoman stuff. I like that.
Yeah.
This Catwoman sat around and ate tuna fish out of a can and called that Catwoman stuff.
The whole getting into the club to get to Falcone.
Mm-hmm.
I there's a lot of that rings true. And I honestly thought when she was Catwoman and she was in the club, I thought it was for her to get close to Falcone to get some sort of artifact or jewelry or some MacGuffin of his. Not like, oh, daddy issues.
Not just, oh, daddy. I mean, that was...
But I mean, like, I'm going to get to you this way.
My takeaway from this movie of Catwoman's backstory is that Falcone kept her in a brothel as a sex slave or sex worker or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Something that should never be done in any way, shape, or form. And yet we're talking about it in the, like, that, A, I don't think that's really Catwoman's story at all.
No, it's not.
B, I don't think she exuded confidence at all. Not Catwoman level confidence. No. And didn't use her female attributes in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah. Like
Catwoman would. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Did she steal anything?
Not really, no.
Right? So she's not a cat burglar like Catwoman. I don't think this is Catwoman.
No, it's really not in any capacity.
I think it's Batgirl. I think it's Batgirl, and this is Batman's going to save her, and she's going to become Batgirl. Or Huntress. Or whichever one of them you want.
Yeah, that would have fit better.
But not Catwoman.
Yeah.
Huntress, this is kind of Huntress's backstory, a little bit.
Sort of, yeah.
Where she was an assassin for...
Isn't she related to Bruce Wayne somehow?
What, Huntress?
Yeah.
I think that she is...
I know Batwoman's like his cousin or something.
No. Batgirl is Gordon's daughter.
No, Batwoman.
I don't know who Batwoman is at all. I know that Huntress was part of the League of Assassins, I believe.
Maybe that's how they know each other.
I don't even know who Batwoman is.
You never seen Batwoman?
I know that, no, not the TV show.
Not the TV show. But
that's all you're going to find right now.
Yeah. This Batwoman.
Yes, I've seen her, but I don't know anything about her.
I know she uses guns in the comics.
Oh, she's like a Red Hood.
Sorta, yeah.
Batgirl Red Hood, basically.
Yeah, kind of.
Right.
And I could have swore she was his cousin or something, but maybe I'm mistaken.
Double feature. I did really like Gordon.
During the Silver Age. Oh, different.
Yeah, there are multiple, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there always is, so.
Flamebird assumes the mantle of Batwoman in Titans Tomorrow art. Yeah. Yeah, the dude who played Gordon, I really liked him. I thought he did a really good Gordon.
I want them to keep doing the Badmans with Pete Holmes, and I want Gordon to be played by Neil deGrasse Tyson. Because I was like, this guy kind of looks like Neil deGrasse Tyson. He does
a little bit, yeah. He's the dude from Westworld. He kind of plays that nerdy.
Never watched Westworld, but I heard it's really good.
It's really
Jeffrey
weird.
Wright.
Yeah. I like Jeffrey Wright most of the time. I thought he did really good in this.
Mm-hmm.
I think that he is not the Gordon that we should have in the movies.
Mm-hmm.
I think that we should have a more comic type Gordon, but I don't think we're ever going to get that.
No.
Gary Oldman was probably the closest, and even that wasn't a comic Gordon at all.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see an Oracle in
Oh.
this. Yeah, I want some different people on the screen.
There's so much to come, but it's the same criticism I had with Batman, Batfleck, as him being grizzled old Batman,
Yes.
but we haven't earned it. We didn't see that build up. We can't get Oracle because we haven't had Batgirl yet.
Right.
We can't have Red Hood because we haven't had a couple Robins.
Do you think we even get a Robin at all?
Not with this, no. I don't
in any
think
of it,
so.
ever.
I don't know. The Crystal O'Donnell might have.
That was
might have
the
ruined
only
it.
Robin, the only live action Robin we've ever had.
Yeah, aside from '60s Batman.
Right. But I don't know why we can't get a Robin.
I think Chris O'Donnell kind of ruined it. Well, I think he
Okay.
he has a better look for Tim Drake than
Mhm.
Dick Grayson to me personally.
Mhm.
But I think the Schumachers ruined it.
Okay, so I don't know why we can't take one of the Stranger Thing kids,
Mm-hmm.
right? Make him Robin, right? And have him turn into Nightwing within a movie,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because we don't need to see Robin training.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need to see Robin. We only need to see Robin in action a little bit in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to see him retire to the Teen Titans for a little while and then come back in the third movie as Nightwing, right?
Kind of, yeah. I mean, the reason he leaves Bruce is he starts to kind of hate him a little bit.
Right, but he still respects him and can work
Yeah.
with him. And nobody works as, according to the comics at least, nobody works with Batman as good as
Oh, yeah.
Nightwing does.
Yeah, because they're like father and
Right?
son. That's
But
why.
I want to see mullet Nightwing, Spider-Man-esque quibbing between him and Batman, where Nightwing is kind of quibbing like Spider-Man does, because he's finally figured out that I can be happy. I can be happy and be a good guy. And he better have amazing butt cheeks in that Nightwing outfit, because Nightwing apparently has the best butt in the DC universe, at least according to the comics.
Yeah, canonically, he's supposed to be like super handsome
Yes.
and like physically like a great
Yes.
specimen.
But
Yeah,
canonically in the comics, the best butt out of all of them, according to everybody.
yeah,
Like, and that's even in Teen Titans and Teen Titans Go.
Mm-hmm.
Canonically in those shows, Nightwing has an amazing butt.
well, it has to be that way. I thought is Teen Titans. I've seen a few things saying that wasn't done. Dick Grayson. I don't know why I blanked his name. People were telling me that was supposed to be Tim Drake as Robin,
I don't know.
but I don't.
I don't know enough about Teen Titans to tell you one way or the other.
But it wouldn't make sense.
I
having
know enough about
Starfire.
Teen Titan Go to tell
Yeah.
you that we don't know which Robin it is. We know it's not Nightwing.
We know
but
it's not
maybe it
Jason
is.
Todd. 100%, it's not Jason Todd.
Right.
Because the urn on the mantle.
Mm-hmm. But in Teen Titans Go,
Mhm.
who is it? Cyborg goes into the future.
I haven't watched Teen Titans Go. The original
And
Teen
you-
Titans.
And you call yourself a DC fan.
The original Teen Titans, Starfire goes in the future.
Mhm.
And it's not. Oh, so I guess, yeah, it is Dick Grayson in that.
Yeah.
Now I'm thinking about it.
So in Teen Titans Go,
Mhm.
which kind of follows along with the plot of Teen Titans, but more, this is how it would really be. I don't know. It's more wacky, but it's also more real at the same time. Because, in the Teen Titans, it was real soap opera-y,
It was a
You-
little darker.
a little darker, but a real, like, oh my gosh, I love you so much. Like, that kind of stuff was in it a lot more, right?
Kind
Than
of.
what it was in Justice League, right?
I don't think so. Maybe
All
a
right,
bit
that's
more.
fine. I know that.
Because I just watched it like 2 months ago.
I feel like the stuff that I've seen from Teen Titans, the TV show, was more soap opera-y, the way that Young Justice is now.
Yeah, I understand that.
Anyway, Teen Titans Go kind of follows the same plot structure or plot points as Teen Titans. And at one point, one of them goes into the future, and Robin has become Nightwing.
Okay, yeah.
And canonically has the best butt. Like,
That's
one of them even comments on it, and it claps or something, or like does like a muscle pose or something like that.
That's great. That's great.
Anyway,
Went from the Batman to
so
Robin's
in
butt.
the series, I think that you could do next movie Robin.
Well, they kind of
little
teased
bit.
it with that kid
What kid?
in the Batman when he's looking at the kid. His parents died in the apartment. They kind of like, at first I was like, is he gonna be Robin?
They're not at a circus.
I know, but they change a lot of shit. So.
I know. But yeah, I want to see. Like, I am sick and tired. I'm getting very sick and tired of. This is Batman in the first year for the first movie.
Yeah.
Fighting random character or random bad guy that we've all complained about never seeing. So here he is, like the Scarecrow in the first Batman Begins one, which was an amazing Scarecrow.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But by the end of it, he's not Scarecrow anymore.
Yeah.
Right? And then in this one, we got an amazing Penguin and a pretty dang good Riddler, right? So now we're going to get Joker in the next one, right? And then we're going to get Bane in the third one.
I hope not.
Because the Joker one was so good. So now we have to do Ra's al Ghul or whatever.
I hope
the
not.
next main big character, the one character that's beaten Batman before, right? So that he can come back again, right?
I want a good Mr. Freeze.
I want a good Mr. Freeze.
My favorite
I
villain.
want a good Mr. Freeze movie.
Yeah.
I don't just want a good Mr. Freeze. I want a good Mr. Freeze movie.
Yeah.
That Mr. Freeze is the bad guy, but he's not.
Yeah. He's
Right?
very much doing this for my wife.
Right. I want Clayface.
That would be great. Clayface would be
I would
great.
love to see if we're going to do Joker. Okay. Second movie, Joker's the bad guy, right? Joker dies, right? And Clayface pretends to be Joker, right? Let's do the Arkham City shtick, right? Because that was the first time you played Arkham City and got to that ending. You were like,
what? Hey, that could be.
You know what I'm saying?
Maybe that's Clayface talking in the.
There you go.
And it's not actually Joker. though.
Joker, yes. There you go. That would be a great plot twist.
Yeah, you find
Right?
it 2/3 of the way movie through,
Yeah.
maybe half.
Yeah.
Then he has to figure out how to.
Like there's weird mud at a crime scene, or he gets done fighting the Joker,
He's got some clay on him.
and he goes to the Joker gets away, so Batman goes back to the cave, and he remembers something, and he has to go back to the scene of their fight, and he finds clay on the floor, dirt or weird dirt on the floor or something.
Maybe he gets hit with a batarang, winged, and at first it shows up as blood,
Right.
but then it reverts after it's been out of the body a while, and it's clean. He's
Right.
like, "How did
something.
this get in here?"
Yeah. Something like that. Where
Yeah, he
it's
gets hit and he pulls it out. And
right,
throws
where we
it.
have a detective story.
Yeah.
And action. And a bad guy to fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you kind of get Joker, but then you don't.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and then to beat Clayface, he has to go visit Mr. Freeze's lab. Right?
Get the cryo stuff.
To get the cryo stuff, right? But Mr. Freeze is still
Victor
a
Freeze.
good scientist. He's still Victor Freeze. Right?
That'd
And
be a
in
good
between
setup.
the second and third movie, suddenly there's somebody breaking into banks and stuff with ice-type weaponry.
Yep. I guess you could have it at one of Wayne's
Something. Whatever.
cryogenics. Wayne's something he funds.
Yeah. Yep.
And that's how he can get access to the tech.
No, he goes and asks him because he works for Wayne.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
one of his things. So
Yeah.
he just goes there and says, "Hey, what's going on?"
You think you can anything like that? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, and then that sets up Mr. Freeze for the third movie.
Mm-hmm. But it's you can go the original storyline. He's embezzling money from Wayne, and
Right.
the guy in charge of it, not Batman, obviously.
Oh,
but-
no, we do. Here's what we do. Right?
Mhm.
We do the second Mr. Freeze Batman animated series story, where initially he thinks it's Batman,
Mhm.
but it's really an owner of a theme park.
Oh, that bit,
yeah, you
the
know what I'm talking
Sub-Zero
about.
movie.
But we flip it,
Mhm.
right? Where initially he thinks it's Victor Freeze, but it's the dude who's using Mr. Freeze's tech, or
Mhm.
Victor Freeze's tech, because he's going to die, right?
Mhm.
And in helping Batman capture this guy, Nora gets in the way, or is in the lab or whatever at the scene, and gets hurt and has to be cryogenically frozen. And Victor blames Batman.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I still want the original.
Something like that.
I still just want the original where he's embezzling
Yeah.
money, gets found out, they try to kill him,
Yep.
and he comes back and he's very cold-hearted, and
Mm-hmm.
that's where this could be a really great moral conundrum for
Mm-hmm.
Batman. Like, this guy's doing it for the right reasons, but it's the wrong thing.
You are Arthur.
And
Since I am slightly older than you,
Mhm.
you're never going to get that story told as well as it is in the animated series.
I just want
It's
it.
never going to get told as
I want live action,
know.
the iconic lines where he says, "You never have the feel the warm hand on a summer's day."
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Is that this way you can still do that, but you have a full-length movie, not a half-hour-long episode.
Yeah, I
Right?
mean, you could make it into a full-length movie, but
I don't know if you could stretch that out into a full-length movie and still have it hit the way that it does.
I think you could.
Okay.
I think so.
Just saying. But yeah, I want that stuff.
Yeah.
I don't want Joker. I don't want...
I hope this is the way that goes.
If we're gonna do Joker in one of them, I don't want just Joker. I want like an Arkham game where it's one night and criminals all over the place are trying to get away with stuff, and Joker's secretly planning it all to keep Batman busy so that he can do da 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 and change Harley into Harley Quinn or something like that.
Yeah, that'd have to be like movie 4 or 3.
I'm just saying, I want something
Yeah.
like that where we don't think that it's the Joker the whole time.
Mm-hmm. It'd be cool, like the second and third movie, you set up Joker as a background, and then
Yeah.
the fourth movie, he releases a few prisoners.
Or something.
Yeah.
Right? Or he takes over Arkham jail.
Oh, yeah. An Arkham Asylum movie would
Yeah.
be...
Something like that.
People want that, for
right?
sure.
I want Zaz. You know? I want what's his name? Ezreal.
Oh, yeah, like Super
Yeah.
Templar Batman.
Yeah, I want that kind of stuff
Yeah.
in my Batman movies and TV shows.
You almost have to do a TV show for something.
I'm getting really bored of dancing at the PG-13 rated R border.
Yeah.
Right? I want stuff that's made for adults, not made to make the most money.
Yeah.
I want them to be profitable and make money, right? But I want these movies, these comic movies and shows to start diversifying. Right now, the majority of them are following a relatively simplistic outline. That's going to get old very quickly. DC, I think, has already burned a bunch of bridges by trying to do this.
Yeah, they have.
They have to start taking chances. Otherwise, it's going to go the way of the Westerns.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it'll fizzle out eventually.
Or they have to figure out how to make these for a reasonable budget and still have them be good. You're not going to get away with making $150, $200 million movies
they could, but they have this, like, Marvel set this expectation of big CGI set piece, beam in the sky.
Oh,
And I think they have to do that
could you
too.
imagine? I think $1 million to $10 million question movie would do fantastic. Fantastic.
Let me look something up real quick.
Have you seen the newest Constantine animated thing? So Constantine, they just did an animated, I think it's a series or a movie, about how he got the house. And, I'm so upset that it's not on HBO Max. You can only buy it right now.
You ever watch Dying is Easy?
No, yes, we've talked, yeah. Yep.
Okay. Look at 7.7 million views on
Yeah.
YouTube.
Yep.
City of
I'm
Stars.
not saying that that's not making decent money.
No. What I'm saying is these are great at a low budget
Right.
because they're not beam in the sky. Big,
Right.
Big.
And that's what
villains.
I'm saying is that
I think
this
the big,
idea of that this model of making movies is sustainable in any way, shape, or form. It's not. And in the comics, a lot of the best stories are 1 or 2 issues long, right? Now, some of the most memorable ones are Infinity War, Infinity Gauntlet,
Yeah.
Crisis on Infinite Earth, right? But those are the most memorable because the most people read them and they changed the status quo so large.
Yeah.
But those types of stories weren't coming out every month.
Yeah, they were very much
Very
annual.
rare. And maybe an annual, maybe once every 5 years you'd get something, and that's what made them more memorable.
Yeah,
they came out so infrequently.
They were just a big collaboration event that
Right.
didn't happen all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that's where Marvel is getting in trouble. Marvel is going to be in trouble in the next phase or two because this bigger that they have set up
Like I
is
said.
not sustainable.
Big set pieces, beam in the
Yep.
sky.
Yep.
They think, oh, this is what people want.
No, people want the story.
Yeah, people want the human aspect.
Yes.
Of
They want the
superheroes.
character aspect.
Yeah.
People read Spider-Man comics every month because they love the character.
Yep.
And they love the decisions that he makes and the way that he talks and the way that he carries himself and the lessons that he learns.
Because they're lessons you learn
Yes.
as a human.
This stuff hasn't happened yet.
Like one of
least
my
not. The only characters in any of these comic movies or shows that I know of or can think of that have learned these lessons have been Iron Man, Captain America, and Thor. That's it. Black Widow kind of learned about family a little bit, but Banner has kind of learned how to control himself a little.
off screen. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But we haven't seen Peter Quill.
I think he's made
The
a
Guardians
little
of the Galaxy together have made progress. But Peter Quill is still Peter Quill in Infinity War.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
his
saying?
is more like emotional
Maturity.
maturity, yeah,
Yeah.
becoming more of an adult rather than
Right.
big
Learning.
life-changing
Right.
PTSD Tony stuff.
Right. Like
Yeah.
Tony had to learn to lay down on the wire. And
Take a chance
right. And Captain
and learn how to have a family.
Steve had to learn how to be a little bit more selfish. Right? And Thor is learning that following other people's plans for your life doesn't work. You have to follow your own plans, right?
Well, from the first movie, he learned not to be as arrogant,
Right,
and you can be taken down.
right. I think that Thor is learning how to be a king.
Yeah.
Throughout this whole thing, and that's kind of his arc in the comics too.
Oh yeah.
Is that he kind of starts arrogant and learns how to be a king. Because Rune King Thor, I think, is the latest version of Thor in the comics, the most powerful, more powerful than Odin?
I think it's a little older. That's a kind of a semi-older story, Rune King Thor. But that is the most powerful Thor, I believe, yeah.
Right, that's what I'm saying, is I think that's...
But it's only temporary, I think he has that power. I'm pretty sure it's only temporary. He gets
I'm saying that's a version of Thor that's in the comics
Yeah.
currently, is Rune King Thor,
Mhm.
right? I don't know. DC's got to figure out how to tell the stories that their characters are best for.
Mm-hmm.
Like Superman's Hope. The stories of Hope are the best Superman's stories.
Mm-hmm.
The best Batman stories are about life, right?
Yeah.
The first Justice League, where he sits on the swing with Ace.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Justice League Unlimited.
It's one of the best Batman stories because
it's compassion.
it's about humanity.
Yeah.
Right? And that's what Batman's about, is the humanity of it. That's his superpower, other than planning and blah blah blah, right?
Yeah, one of my favorite couple issue arcs is called Batman. There's two superheroes called Gotham and Gotham Girl.
Yeah, yep.
Yep, and they look up to him and they go to this
Yep.
and they get powers and they're like, we did this because of you.
Right.
Because you inspired us, because the whole saving him as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And then he goes insane at the end and the Justice League can't take him down.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just sad that he just wastes his life. That was such a good. And then after that, Gotham Girl starts losing her mind, but Batman's there like, I know you tried to kill me, but
Right.
I'm still going to try to help you. He even goes all the way and fights Bane.
That's New 52, isn't it?
No, it's Rebirth.
Oh, Rebirth. Yep, that's right. Yep.
He goes and fights Bane head on just to get her back
Mm-hmm.
because she's being controlled.
Yep.
Yeah. And that's very much, that's very Batman.
No, I think this Batman has a lot of potential.
He does. I hope they just don't ruin it.
I think that there's a lot of things that could go wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, there is a lot that could go wrong, but could go very right.
There's also some things that have already, like how many people have you even set up in this? You got District Attorney Gil Colson.
Mm-hmm.
Why isn't that? Like, why aren't we seeing the other people? Like, why aren't we seeing a Harvey Dent? Why aren't we seeing these other characters? Why aren't we hearing about, like when Batman's walking into the crime scene, why aren't we hearing two cops talking about, hey, you hear what's going on down in the sewers? Man, body parts keep coming out of the storm drains at the other side.
Very Killer Croc.
Killer Croc.
Yeah.
Or talking about a newspaper article about the actor that fell into a vat of blah, 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 and is believed to be dead to set up Clayface.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of stuff.
Oh,
I don't know.
I hope in the next movie, and at some point there's a newspaper or something, somebody going around.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Batman's been killing people, and they say he flies around and picks off villains.
Oh, Man-Bat.
Bat. They think it's Batman.
Yep.
Yeah, I love Man-Bat.
Yep. And I think that's kind of something that the Arkham games got kind of right, is that we're telling a story that's super small, but we're hinting at the wider world around it. So when we get to those bigger stories, it feels earned.
Yep.
And we're not doing that right now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and the Arkham Knight in the very first, when you come out talking to Oracle, you pop up, you see Man-Bat flying in the background.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't see that until my second run through.
Yeah, I saw it in one of those 25 things you didn't notice in videos. Yeah. All right, anything else about this?
Nope. I just hope number 2 doesn't suck.
We're excited to see Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Going shortly. Hopefully be doing a different type of show with that.
Yeah, hopefully we have a few other guests.
On, talk about it. More of an after screening,
first impressions
type thing, hopefully.
What we think will happen.
Yep. It's going to be huge. Doctor Strange is going to be huge.
I hope so. I hope it's not a big letdown.
Yeah. It could be. WandaVision was a big letdown.
I liked a lot of WandaVision.
Yeah.
Like when I first initially watched it, maybe just because I was...
the first 3 or 4 episodes were great.
Like overall, when I first initially watched, I'm like, this is good.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe because I hadn't had anything for a while.
Right.
And then after I start really thinking about it, I'm like, a lot of this is really messed up and terrible.
I think that's part of it.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of part of what makes it decent.
Yeah.
I thought I didn't like the ending of it. I didn't like the last 2 episodes. They were all right, but not great.
Like with Monica Rambeau going, oh, they'll never know what you sacrificed. Like, you just had them hostage for months. You are the villain of this show.
That's part of it.
Yeah.
That's part of it is that
they try to make you feel sympathetic for a villain that has that's done very terrible things.
Right. And I think that's a part of what makes it all right, because that does happen.
It does.
Right? In the real world, in real situations, people who have done horrible things have people that say, hey, we all do horrible things.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dahmer, I know you ate 15 people, but, I once took a pee in some rose bushes. You know what I'm saying?
Seems legit, yeah. Yeah.
And it's about us going, oh, that was really bad. I have to change. Because change comes from internal sources, not external.
That's true.
And I'm hoping that's where they take Wanda, is that Wanda is, in this movie, if she is the bad guy or whatever, that she is acting this way because she is going, I am the bad guy. Look at what I did to all those people. Look at what I've done. I've killed people in here. I've done people, da-da-da-da-da. I couldn't save Vision. I let Thanos kill half of the population or whatever. I'm the bad guy. I'm going to start playing the role.
I don't think that's what's going to happen.
No.
My guess.
You want to do a quick hunch real quick here at the end?
Yeah.
Of what we think is going to happen? All right, go ahead.
I think this is going to be her going through the multiverse, and that's how I think it'll start off her multiverse hopping, and that's what's gonna, after the rift from No Way Home, her going, I can use this to my advantage, and then Doctor Strange has to come, and he's like, what are you doing? She's like, I'm finding my children, they're mine, and I think it's gonna be her hopping and him trying to stop her. And then the Illuminati comes in, and I think at the end she'll find them, but she'll find them with a family, and maybe go, I can't rip them. I can't take what's not mine. Something to that effect. And then maybe that's what changes her back. But I think throughout the whole thing, she and Doctor Strange will fight, and maybe he'll enlist the help of maybe a few people from different universes, wherever he's at. At the time. Maybe Tobey Maguire is going to be in it.
I think that Strange goes to Wanda, right, in her little cabin or whatever, to try to help repair.
Oh, it gets her help to repair.
Try to get her help to fix whatever it is. Whatever it is. Because I don't think there's any tears left after No Way Home.
No.
I think that Strange, probably something to do with the TVA or something, whatever, right? He goes to her for help, right? And they work together a little bit. Wanda figures out how to jump dimension to dimension without him, right? Or they have to go around, like the version of the evil Wanda isn't our Wanda, right? Just like the evil Strange probably isn't our Strange, if there is one, right?
Yeah.
And part of it is like Strange needs American Chavez's help because Wanda has become so distraught over seeing her family with children, or seeing her children with a family, or she finds her children and refuses to leave that universe. Something like that, right? So Strange has to get American Chavez's help, right? And while jumping around, the Illuminati basically forces Strange and Chavez to come in front of them, but they're not our Illuminati. They're Illuminati from a different universe. And he has to fight evil Doctor Strange. Like they go, hey, your decision to do blah, 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 blah has created negative outcomes in other universes or other multiverses.
Yeah, you can only jump universes so many times.
You have to go put them out because we can't do it.
You're the only one powerful
Yeah,
enough.
you're the only one that can do it.
Yeah.
And we have to get a Council of Stevens together to take out the really bad Steven.
Mm-hmm. Could be.
And that's a movie. And Wanda's barely in it.
I don't know, maybe. I think America Chavez is in it because she can jump dimensions.
Her power is to, when she punches the right way, she punches through to a different multiverse, to a different dimension.
So that would make sense. If she's not only in it for a bit part, and that's how they set her up to be in a
I don't know, the
movie.
Lego set has her and Stephen Strange fighting somebody.
No, I don't know then.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Which, by the way, manufacturers, I know that you want your toys out there as soon as the movie hits so that people can go buy them. But stop giving away crap from your movies and shows on Lego boxes.
Yeah.
Or coloring books or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I don't know how well Chavez is going to work. Because she doesn't work very well in the comics.
No.
Not that I don't like her as a character or whatever. Just in the comics.
No, so there's a
they
reason.
Have very little use for her.
Well, there's a reason why her comics keep getting canceled. And she's just not a very well-written character.
She's not a very well-rounded character, but that's fine because you can grow a character.
Yeah.
But she doesn't seem to do that.
No.
And her power, while at first sounds
useful, it's
useful and amazing, it's not. I can't stop somebody by punching through a dimension.
No.
I am a bus. I am a train or a plane. I am a mode of transportation for bigger, more important heroes.
Yeah.
Or more useful heroes. That's all she has turned out to be in the comics.
Yeah, she would have to be very much a Oracle or an assisting character, somebody who stays in the Watchtower.
I think Chavez could be an interesting character in the comics if she is more of a Franklin Richard type, right? Where at first she discovered her power to punch through dimensions, and that's all she thought she had. But really, when she punches, she's warping reality, and really she's a reality warper. That could be interesting.
It seems like she should learn how to short-range teleport, too.
But that's not her teleporting is not her power.
No, I mean, just if she punches a hole through something and then go to,
yes, that's exactly what she does.
I mean, punch and then go to here to Florida.
Here is another character that I think is closely related, power-wise, to American Chavez, who I think is an interesting character. Magic from X-Men, from New Mutants. Ilyana Rasputin.
Not familiar with her.
Colossus's little sister.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Right? Her power is to create teleportation pads, right? But she only teleports through limbo. When she was younger, she got stuck in limbo and became the ruler of limbo with the soul sword, right? And she can use some forms of magic, right? Not very many of them, but some of them. And she is an interesting, useful character.
They basically just need to upgrade Chavez's power set.
Yes. Her power set needs to be modified a little bit.
Give her
and
some
even
more
then, it's not
useful
modified
abilities.
that much.
Yeah.
Kind of like what they're doing with Miss Marvel for the series on Disney
they
Plus,
give her
where she
magic.
doesn't have stretchy powers. She has
Magical armband things.
magical armband things or whatever they are.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like it's going to go that well.
No, I'm not looking forward to that show. I probably won't watch. I haven't watched New Moon Knight yet, though.
I haven't either. I heard the first episode is really good, but then it falls off.
I've heard that the whole thing is good so far.
Yeah?
Yeah. I've heard that it keeps, like, the first 3 episodes are kind of draggy, but the last 3 episodes are like, whoa. But I thought that about Loki, too. So, and you still haven't even watched Loki.
I haven't.
I don't think we have to watch any of them.
No, probably not for the movies.
I don't think. I think the movies and the series aren't going to have that much in common. I thought they were going to be way more interlinked than they are.
Yeah, I kind of did too. But, oh well.
Because, I mean, we have in Loki, we have the timelines getting split.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the movies, we have the multiverse existing.
Mm-hmm.
But we haven't seen any cross between them at all.
It's only been Spider-Man since then, so.
No, I'm saying we haven't seen any, because we've had WandaVision,
Mm-hmm.
right? And how many DC movies or Marvel movies have we had this year? Shang-Chi,
Mm-hmm.
Eternals, Spider-Man,
Yeah.
right?
Well, those two are kind of origin cookie cutter stories that don't have to. They can't really intertwine with them because it might distract from the main
Okay, so
bit, maybe.
here's my argument against that.
Hmm.
Okay, in Shang-Chi,
Mhm.
right? We have what's his name from Strange working with Abominable, the Incredible Hulk enemy.
I haven't watched it, so I
Right?
don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wong is in Shang-Chi,
Okay.
right? So if Wong is in Shang-Chi,
Mhm.
right? Why can't we have Wanda do that? Wanda became more powerful after WandaVision, became the Scarlet Witch after WandaVision,
Mm-hmm.
right? So why isn't Wanda working with Abomination, right? And trying to learn from him and offering to teach him stuff so that she can better understand like gamma radiation or whatever that he can, or just fighting tactics, right?
Yeah. Well, I think having that big of a.
Instead of it having it be a movie character,
Mm-hmm.
right? Anyway,
I think it's just they don't want to put it in other movies, so that doesn't pull focus. I think from the main. If this is Shang-Chi 2, maybe.
what I'm saying is that this Multiverse of Madness, right,
Mm-hmm.
is the first movie coming out that has anything to do with the series so far.
Yeah.
So I think that this will probably be the proving ground.
Mm-hmm.
This will be the proving ground of whether you need to pay attention to the movie, to the series, or not.
Yeah, probably.
And it's probably the first chance they had, because Shang-Chi was supposed to come out a couple of months after Endgame.
Mm-hmm.
WandaVision was supposed to come out, a year after Endgame?
Something like that, yeah.
And they all got pushed by 6 months to a year.
Mm-hmm.
And that probably is what has helped a lot of this stuff this year,
Mm-hmm.
is that movies are really the only thing that people could do when Shang-Chi and Eternals came out,
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
right? And we had a break from everything for so long.
It probably brought a lot of new people back.
Yeah.
Or old people back.
Yeah. Or brought new people in, too.
That too, yeah.
Right? And then Spider-Man is the first one since Endgame that has been in a movie.
Mm-hmm.
The other ones haven't been in any of the other movies.
No, they haven't. And yeah, the long-awaited Toby and Andrew
Mhm.
coming back, yeah,
Yep.
was amazing. All right,
So I think Multiverse of Madness is going to be kind of a...
it's a good jumping-off point for some new stuff.
I think that Disney's going to use it for a thermometer
Mm-hmm.
on where to go forward. Because what's after this?
Maybe I don't know, just
What's the
stuff they
next
set
movie?
up after this. I don't know. We'll have to do
Isn't
that
it
in
like
the next
Ant-Man?
podcast.
Isn't it like Ant-Man or something?
Oh, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Anyway.
All right.
Yeah.
Final
Thor,
thoughts.
Love and Thunder. That's the
Yeah,
next
yeah.
one. Yeah. I don't know if I'm interested in that.
I don't know either.
I don't know. All right, DC, get your shit together.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Like, share, subscribe.
Yeah.
We'll see you in the next one.
Feel free to argue with us in the comments.
Yeah. Levi's there for the
I
first
love
time.
it. No, I'm kidding.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody.